Carey has an opportunity to cash in a victory for the program's first ever Northern 10 championship tonight, but they'll have to score a win on the road at Upper Sandusky, where the Devils haven't claimed a W since clear back in 2014. It's live and free Boys High School hopes to tip off your weekend, and it's only available right here on the OH Report, anywhere where internet can be found, and it's all on the way next.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the BS Media Productions pregame show for an exciting night of N10 hoops, where we may just see a first-time league champion crowned tonight. Alongside Joshua Banks, I'm Brian Skowronski, and while the Rams are playing for quite a bit of pride tonight, there's plenty more at stake for Carey coming in on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite some time since the Blue Devils came into Upper Sandusky High School and knocked off the Rams. Not only are they looking to do that tonight, but they're looking to at least clinch a share of the N10 Conference Championship, their first time in school history doing such. I mean, what more could you ask for on a Friday night?
Definitely going to be a packed, raucous environment here for this matchup, and let's dive right into the Blue Devils team spotlight. This is a team enjoying their best campaign in basically a decade, and they're on the precipice of making some history tonight. And for them, while they've been pretty consistent offensively, I really think where they hang their hat is on the defensive side of things.
Absolutely. They've held some of the best teams in the area to under 40. I mean, we've seen them do it to the likes of the Crawfords, the Mohawks, Upper Sandusky the first go-around. Some of the best teams that the N10 has, and the teams that have run through this conference for the past 10 years, they've absolutely dominated this year. It's the best season I've ever seen Carey have, and I'm looking forward to watching it continue tonight.
And they've been shooting it pretty well from downtown since the start of the new year. And the gentleman who's been leading the way for them beyond the arc, how about Carter Smiley and the play of this junior guard? He's the top sharpshooter in the entire league, and it seems like as the season's grown along, he's been getting better and more consistent night in, night out.
Yeah, absolutely. We were having a conversation before we went live. He really got hot right around Christmas time, which, if I remember correctly, that was right around the first time when they went into Colonel Crawford and broke Crawford's long winning streak at home. I believe was 56 games at the time. He had a huge night there, and it's just continued to progressively get better since then.
Yeah, Carter Smiley been lighting it up from downtown. The 51 made threes, one of the best in all of North Central Ohio, not just the Northern 10 Conference. On the other side of things tonight for Upper Sandusky, playing here at home where they've been so good over about the last 15 years. Has not been the case so far this season. They've got just 3 wins on the campaign, Josh. That's their fewest in a really long time. I was in grade school the last time the Rams have struggled this bad.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You know, I was 10 years old the last time the Rams had this few wins. It's kind of tough to sit back and watch a program like Upper Sandusky struggle the way they struggled this year. We know it's not what Coach Winslow was looking forward to this year, but it's kind of a conversation that we've had all year. Their starting lineup has not been the same for more than 3 games all season long. So when you're in high school and you don't get to build that camaraderie as a starting lineup, it's hard to win basketball games no matter how talented you are.
And spoiler alert, they're going to have a brand new starting 5 tonight that they have not tried all season long. So Coach continuing to shake things up and see if he can get something to stick, try to get a little bit of a head of steam as they head into tournament play. One guy, though, who has been kind of consistent throughout the year, Holden Daris, the 6'5 junior guard. He's the top scorer on the team. He's also the best distributor that they have, and he's a heck of a rebounder, too, and has really started to grow into his own as he's literally grown as a human being up to that 6'5 mark. So this is a kid I think that you can say that you can rely on if you're Coach Jeff Winslow.
Yeah, Holden's been their go-to guy on the offensive end all year. Leads the team in scoring, as you see there. The one thing that I feel like he's improved on this year over, freshman and sophomore year since I've seen him play is his ability to shoot the 3-ball this year is just tremendous. He's one of those kids that if he comes down and you give him 6 inches of space, he's going to think he's got 10 feet and he's going to shoot the 3-ball.
And here are keys to victory brought to you by BS Media Productions. You gotta buy some second chance opportunities if you are the Rams here tonight. What does that mean? Get inside of the paint, get your nose into the action, and just try to get some second and even some third possessions. That's the only thing that you can do to really make a big impact against this Carey unit.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think the biggest thing for them is we see right there, ram the arc. What that means, they're going to have to shoot a high percentage from beyond the arc tonight if they want to take down this Carey Blue Devil team.
Carey's been playing so well here of late. Their 3 losses on the season are all to some top caliber teams from around the state. You look at the likes of Cardinal Stritch, #1 unit out in their district. Mohawk is 18-2 on the season, so they've been tested so far, and they've been passing and checking off most of the boxes heading into this game here on the road. So for them, Joshua, the key, you would say, would be what, my friends?
Crash the glass. Looking at the roster, looking at the size, Upper Sandusky definitely has the size advantage down low. You've got 3 kids in the starting lineup that go 6'5". Whew. Carey doesn't have anybody on their roster that goes 6'5".
Right.
Crash the glass. Don't allow those second chance buckets, and you'll be just fine here tonight.
And for me, scorching the perimeter means that you gotta shoot it well from outside. Smiley's definitely been doing that. Can they get the likes of Braden Young or some of the other perimeter threats to knock down a few trifectas here tonight in games where I've had a chance to see them in person when Putnam is shooting it well? And as mentioned, guys like Young, when they're making a few threes, they are really, really tough to defend because they can get to the rack basically so seamlessly, it seems at times. It's a great unit in terms of being in attack mode, I think, Josh. Even though they don't score a ton of points on the season, just a shade above 50, I feel like they're always kind of just going downhill with the basketball.
Yeah, they don't score a lot of points, and I think the reason that they don't is because they get really, really, really high percentage shots. So they're not a team that's going to put up 15 or 20 threes a night. If they've got 5, 6, 10 open looks from 3, they're going to take those. But if it's not a clean open look, Coach Young's in their ear, do not shoot the basketball.
And now we'll step aside for the playing of our national anthem. It is Star Spangled Banner time. Always a great way to get the evening started with a pep band, kicking things off here with our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, as these two Northern 10 rivals just about set for action here inside of the mountaintop is what we're calling it here at Upper Sandusky. And I shared that new nickname along to the athletic director here, and I didn't get any pushback, so maybe they like it. Drop us a comment. Let us know. What's your thoughts, Josh?
I think it's a great name. We're up high here in the bleachers. It's a high environment. It's a fun environment, and it's always a packed house. So what more could you ask for a name? They've never given it one, so why can't we do it?
And we're just a couple of minutes away, like I mentioned here, from the game. So let's meet the starting lineups for both teams here tonight. Let's begin with Upper Sandusky, and as we mentioned a little while ago, it's going to be a different starting lineup than they've tried at any point this season. We got a couple of juniors in the mix, 2 seniors, and then Cayman Isles, the sophomore, who's kind of broken into the starting mix, and he's solidified his role inside. But and sorry about that, folks. Like we lost audio there just for a moment, but we are back, and here we go with the opening tip-off. These are your starting lineups for the Carey Blue Devils tonight. As we're underway, and it's going to be Upper Sandusky with the basketball here to start things off. And how about Upper with the first points of the night?
Yeah, there goes Holden Daris doing what he does best. Like we'd mentioned, he gets to the hoop, he gets his points. Guarded by what we think is their best player in Braden Young.
So it's 2-0 in favor of the Rams. Back the other way, Carey almost lost the handle. Young had it poked away by Daris. Aggressive defense here out on the arc right now for Upper to start things off. Half-court man-to-man. Putnam's cut off. And now Carter's going to dial one up from long range. Came up short. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, though. And we'll get the call down on the floor. There's going to be a discussion amongst the officiating crew.
It's going to be Carey basketball. That was last off of Ethan Kessler as he tried to get that rebound. Niedercore in the corner. Braden Young with it.
And he's going to try to go baseline. Daris with him step for step. I think that's going to be a difficult matchup for Young, who's given up about 4 inches and great wing length on the perimeter, too.
Yeah, Daris does a great job defensively of not letting their best get their best against him.
The shot is up, and it's going to be halfway home and rims out. And the Rams hold them to a one and done there on that second opportunity. As they'll swing it far side now. Here's Fry back up top, looking to establish something with a flex cut, and it's going to be Kessler. Off the screen, Daris thought about it. Ethan dials it up from long range. Can't can the tuna, but a long rebound chased down there by Smith.
Smith getting his one of the first times in the starting lineup tonight, and he's making it worth his while getting that rebound.
Isles inside, and the lefty, his first 2 of the night.
Using his size to get to the lane and finish.
So it's 4-0 Upper Sandusky on top here. Couple minutes gone by. Great take inside. And the first points for Carey belong to Austin Niedercore.
Niedercourt, not one of those names that we normally hear as a top scorer for Carey, but he gets on the board early this evening.
Great pressure on the perimeter. They got to leave somebody open. It's Daris attacking off the rim, and the rebound comes down to Austin. Baseline drive, draws a crowd, leaves an open shooter. In and out for Bryce Young. And the Rams again able to secure the defensive rebounds. Daris with the blow by. Great acceleration there by the junior.
Holden Daris goes from the baseline to the rim in 2 steps and isn't scared to go up and finish.
So here comes Carey back the other way. Really like the defense that we're seeing from Upper Sandusky. The gamble leaves an open look. Shooter can't knock it down, and Fry there to collect the board.
Carey's had great looks so far this evening. He's unable to knock anything down right now.
And that's what's led to the 4-point Ram cushion. And Daris trying to add to it, too hard off the square.
But again, there's Holden getting into the paint just like he wants to, just unable to finish that time.
Smiley has not been able to really create any kind of space for himself out on the perimeter as the Rams come away with a takeaway. They nearly gave it back.
And the trap on the block by Kessler and Isles forced Niedercourt to try to get rid of it, and he just threw it right into the hands of Sam Smith.
Here's Gavin Fry looking for an option with the basketball. And we're going to get a 5-second call.
Coach Winslow pleading his case, saying he didn't think that the defender was close enough to Gavin to draw that 5 seconds, but hey, the official makes the call, the official makes the call.
Daris continues to guard Young. Do a nice job so far. Only points so far for Carey belong to Austin Niedercourt. As we're 5 minutes gone by here in this opening frame. And here's Smiley with his first clean look of the night, and he sends it through.
He's one of the leading three-point shooters in North Central Ohio for a reason. If you give him a clean look, he's going to knock it down.
Now Isles goes down to the floor. Jump ball is going to be the call.
That's going to go the other way. We're going to go in the direction of the Blue Devils after that one.
So Justin Heilman, who just checked in, picks up Smiley, who spins away from him, getting a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd. And now back-to-back buckets for Carter. Gives Carey their first lead of the night.
Yeah, Carter, once he gets going, he's hard to shut down, that's for sure.
Rams looking for an answer. They've gone cold here offensively the last few possessions. So we're now down to 2 minutes to go in the opening frame. Montgomery got his shot blocked as he took it into the paint. And Niedercourt picks up the foul. That'll send him to the line.
It's a great block by Niedercourt. He just got a little bit too much body into Brock. Now he's going to step to the line for 2 to try to get the lead back for Upper Sandusky.
Montgomery, normally a good free throw shooter, misses the first. And Montgomery ties it up. 7 apiece here at the mountaintop. Carey 11-1 in the Northern 10. absolutely obliterated Upper in their first matchup of the season, but really getting a test here in this first quarter here, Josh. I like the nature. The Upper's coming out and really embracing playing the spoiler.
Yeah, defensively, Upper's played great so far. They've only allowed one really clean look for Smiley. Everything else that Carey's shot has been contested. It's exactly what you want if you're Coach Winslow. As Young's going to pull up, he's going to miss, and it's another one and done for the Blue Devils.
They pushing the pace back the other way over the left shoulder. Kessler misses it, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds over to Carey. Take a second look on the instant replay here.
Looks like it's going to stay Upper Sandusky ball, actually. Bang, bang play there under the hoop.
So the Rams catch a little bit of a break. As here comes Brock with the inbound out to Isles. See what they set up. Tried to find Heilman inside. Now Brock going to work. Off the kick out, nice move by Heilman into the paint. And he's going to be fouled and sent to the free throw line for a couple of more Upper Sandusky free throws. As take another look here. Smiley did a nice job of recovering after the closeout, and he got beat there. Just a little bit handsy, and he picks up his first team foul number 2 on the Devils.
Yeah, Heilman's really quick with the ball. It's something we've kind of seen all year when he's got his varsity minutes and then at the JV level. He's got a really quick first step, so if you don't play perfect defense and move your feet, he's going to blow by you every time, and it's going to lead to a foul because you're trying to recover.
Able to switch the second. Rams go back in front by a point. Now Young looking to initiate the offense after picking up a screen and draws a double team. Now lost his footing. Able to get it off to Carter Smiley. Help side defense has been phenomenal for Upper, and it's going to lead to the second Carey turnover here of this opening frame.
Their recovery here in the first quarter has been the best I've seen from their defense all season long.
It's hard to disagree with that. They're definitely playing inspired out here on that end of the floor and keeping the Blue Devils in check. Full court pressure being applied here. Montgomery able to handle it. Though Bryce Young just swamping them. Down to 15 seconds. Coach Winslow looks like he would like to hold for the final shot here of the frame. Now they'll dump it off at the elbow. Daris with the kick out, open look. Kessler misses, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Upper Sandusky hanging on to a slim lead as they'll take a 1-point edge into the second.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back here from the peak of the mountaintop at Upper Sandusky High School, and it's the Rams with a 1-point cushion as we open up second quarter action. 8-7 is the Rams lead over Northern 10 leading Carey. And we've got a score update from another big game tonight. Mohawk with a 7-0 edge over Colonel Crawford early, right, Josh?
Yeah, and that game's huge, too. Mohawk Carey face off Tuesday night at Mohawk, or it's at Carey, I'm sorry. They play at Carey. If Mohawk knocks Crawford off tonight, that would be Mohawk would beat Carey on Tuesday night, and they would share the N10.
And they're the last team that can really still get a piece of it, assuming the Carey is able to sweep the season series against Upper Sandusky here tonight. But that is definitely not a given, considering how the Rams have played here early.
Definitely no easy task to come into Upper Sandusky and beat the Rams. We heard through the announcement they got a little extra inspiration tonight. A little 7-year-old boy has a terminally ill disease they found out, so they're kind of playing for that young man tonight. So extra inspiration for these Rams.
Lonnie McMillan, the father of that youngster who does such a great job, local media around the area, as the Rams with a rare giveaway here early on.
Only their second.
Now Smiley, hands off here up top to Yeater. They'll work it back over to Braden. He's going to pop the trigger, and it's back iron. Long rebound comes out to Putnam.
Right place, right time there if you're Putnam.
Now here's Nick Putnam, a couple of them into the game. So a couple Youngs, couple Putnams. Family affair out here for the Blue Devils tonight. And here's a three from Nick. He can't knock it down either. Third opportunity created, though, with Alexander tipping that out. Carey looking to capitalize off these extra possessions. And now Smiley with the acceleration sets it up. Here's Alexander from downtown. 0 for 3 from long range on that possession right there for the Blue Devils. A little bit disappointing for them. See if we can get a swing here. Montgomery will! Splish splash from downtown.
Brock Montgomery, one of those sophomore kids for Upper Sandusky. If he sees one go through, he could be hot the rest of the night.
So Montgomery with a big shot right there. Pushes him up to 4 points. Carter, though, with the match at the other side.
Carter says, anything you can do, I can do better, because mine was contested.
Smiley now up to 8 points, leads all scorers. And Brock starting to feel it a little bit. Going mano-a-mano. Not that time. Yeater with the clear. And now Smiley, what a crossover in traffic. Missed the shot, but collected his own miss. And here he is, left all alone. I think he was already thinking about putting that thing up.
Yeah, I think he thought about the shot before he caught the pass there.
Here's Young matched up with Isles. Great hesitation, domineering down the lane, and the foul coming on the floor. Take a second look here at Alexander Putnam. Surrounded by a trio of Rams.
I mean, but if you think about that, yes, you just fouled him, but your defense is playing so well tonight. He didn't even have a clear lane to the basket. As soon as he beat Isles on the dribble, you had two white jerseys collapsing on him to stop that layup from happening.
Carey working it side to side. Now Yeater sets it up. Young with the head fake. Dump it down on the block. Carter Smiley left alone in the corner. Another offensive rebound here for the Carey Blue Devils. That's Nick Putnam. His second here in the second quarter.
And they are definitely crashing the glass here this evening.
Devils looking to add to their 1 point advantage. And Smiley Got bumped a little bit by Montgomery, able to dish it out wide. And a third opportunity yet again coming up here for Carey. As Daris goes down to the floor and knocks that out of play, but it'll belong to the Devils.
Carey with a significant rebounding edge here in the first half, and it's all on the offensive end. I mean, their last two possessions, I think they've had 3 or 4 shots on each of their last 2 possessions.
Blue Devils, however, have not been able to really take advantage, though, of all the offensive boards they're collecting. So credit Upper to making them work for it. No easy looks inside of the painted area once they've been able to crash the glass. And not given an inch on the perimeter. This is more the Ram style of defense that we've come to know and love over the seasons.
And Upper's done a phenomenal job defensively. They're just not holding them to one and done.
Two-man game here. Fry sticking with Young. Trying to establish Niederkorn down on the block, and he'll dribble away. Now Smiley goes baseline. Oh, great move, but an offensive foul. It's going to go against Austin Niederkorn, and it'll be the 4th foul against the Devils. As he put it up with the left hand, it spun out and wouldn't have mattered if it sunk anyways.
And one thing about Upper Sandusky, too, is something we've noticed all year. They've got probably one of the bigger lineups in the N10, but to Coach Winslow, that doesn't matter. They switch everything. Kessler and Isles will switch out and guard a guard every time they get screened, and that's beneficial, especially at the high school level. When your 6'5" center can step out and stop a point guard from being able to get to the basket, that's huge.
Definitely been playing some positionless basketball at the defensive end, have the Rams, and it's frustrated Carey a bit. And it's Upper more than hanging around here, down by 1, a chance to take the lead on this possession. Here's Fry trying to get by Smiley, cannot. Now Montgomery directing traffic out the corner. Forced to pick up his bounce. And the foul's going to go against Braden Young.
Let's tell you what, we got a ball game here, but not a little score update over in Mohawk. We got a minute 14 left in the first quarter, and it is a 16-0 Mohawk Warrior lead over the Eagles.
Oh, what a start there by the Warriors, trying to stick around in this N10 title race. As that's going to be last touch by Montgomery.
Actually, they're going to call a foul on Montgomery. Maybe on the off arm, he pushed off, maybe trying to go after that loose ball.
So it'll go down as the 2nd team foul against Upper here, just the 1st on Brock. And this is a very quick moving first half of play, and only 23 combined points here. 95 seconds remain.
Both teams doing a great job defensively, and then on Carey's side, they've got plenty of open looks. They just haven't fallen.
Nice look on the interior. Yeater able to cash in for 2 right there, and Smiley coming away with the theft. And bumped on his way. Take a second look, though, at that last basket by Yeater. Nice lob over the top there by Putnam. And we'll get a timeout on the floor. Going to be taken by the Rams. This is the 32nd timeout. And Coach Winslow, I mean, he's bald anyways, but you would imagine that he would have had a few hairs fall out this season the way things have gone. But got to be pleased with the way that his guys have at least competed so far tonight. And offensively, they've done a lot of nice things too. It's just that this is the best offensive unit in the Northern 10 that they're going against. But right now, Upper matching them stride for stride over on their end too.
Yeah, I think the thing I've been most impressed with tonight is Upper on the defensive end. They're not really a team that we've come to see score a lot this year. If they're going to win a game like this, it's going to be a mid-40 point game. But that's the basketball Carey likes to play.
So we'd certainly think that this tempo favors the Rams as Yeater's fouled. He'll head to the line for a couple. And that's a nice cut right there. And Pretty nice find, too, in traffic with Fry having his head turned.
Yeah, it's a great job to find him. You see Fry's head turn, you get the shot, get the foul, knocks down the first. Yeater now with 3.
Now a quick substitution for the Rams, as they'll get Howman back on the floor. Sam Smith also checking back into the mix. And Carey, man, they are just killing it right now on the offensive glass. And they're going to take a timeout. Coach Young with a 30-second TO just to keep the possession alive here. Saw that his guy was in a compromised position.
They have dominated the offensive glass so far this evening. They've maybe had one possession, maybe 2 possessions all evening. That's been one and done. Every other time they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shot attempts. And anytime you give a team 4 shots at the basket, eventually it's going to go in. And Carey's not a team that you want to let get that many shots, because when a Carter Smiley, Braden Young, or Alexander Putnam sees the ball go through the hoop, they become very, very dangerous shooters.
Smiley's burned them for 8 so far. Young, I don't think, has attempted but 1 shot. He's still scoreless right now in the contest. But he's going to try his second right here, well off target, as it falls into the hands of Daris. And this time the Rams will clear with a 1 and done, as we're sub 60 seconds remaining here before the halftime break. Isles pops to the elbow. And now sweeps in, fouled on his way to the cup. And he'll have 2 free throws in his future.
Great job by the sophomore, though. Gets to his dominant hand, gets all the way to the hoop. Really wanted to finish that one for the and one, but he steps to the line to hopefully knock both these down. His Upper's 50% at the line right now.
And that not helping the cause. Came in off target with the first offering. But he connects the dots on the second. Makes it a 1-score game yet again, 15-12. As Butch Brodman inserted into the lineup now for Coach Jamie Young's squad. .43 seconds remain here in quarter number 2. And Putnam's going to walk it across the timeline, picked up by Montgomery. Smiley turns the corner, gets picked up by Fry. Now back the other way into the corner. Looks like they'd like to dump it inside to someone like Brodman. Instead, Smiley putting a smile on Carey fans' faces as he buries a deep trifecta.
His third of the half.
Now down to 5 seconds to go before the break. Final chance here for the Rams, and Carter comes away with it, puts it up at the horn. Good if it goes! Nearly did. But with 2 quarters in the books, Carey, with a strong second quarter, takes the lead into the halftime locker rooms, 18-12. We'll step aside. We'll be back with our BS Media Productions halftime report. Get you some stats analysis and all ready for half number 2. It's live and free and only on the OH Report. And we'll be right back right after this.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Tonight's high school basketball game brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to these generous sponsors. How about Wilson Tire Company? At Wilson Tire, we sell new and used tires and provide tire service to customers in Upper Sandusky and others. No matter which location you visit, we'll prove that Wilson Tire is the best when it comes to tire service and alignment. Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. BS Media Productions. Make sure that you give us a follow on Facebook right down in the description. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. And finally, by Chris Daris, a financial advisor right here in the great city of Upper Sandusky. If you need financial advice, Chris is the guy to call. Check him out. Hit up the description right down in our link. And now it is time for the BS Media Pros halftime show. And fun game we've got going so far. 18-12 is the lead right now for the Blue Devils. And it's gone back and forth. We saw Upper come out, and I think inspired is the proper terminology to use. They were really getting after it. They were aggressive on the defensive end. They just burned themselves a little bit, allowing a lot of offensive rebounds to Carey. And then the shot making for them, I mean, things cooled off a lot after that first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still doing a tremendous job defensively of limiting Carey to bad shots. Like you said, they're getting killed on the offensive glass. Carey, you know, we're going to go over stats here in a minute. Carey has 16 rebounds in the first half, and I'd say more than half of those are on the offensive end. They're getting 2, 3, and 4 possessions per shot. You're going to give up a bucket at some point when you're letting a team shoot that much.
Let's go ahead and bring up those halftime stats brought to you by BS Media Pros. Hey, if you need a commercial made, I am your guy. Holler at me, Brian Skowronski. Hit me up on the Facebook, or you can email me, Brian at OH.REPORT. The tell of the tape here, 3 triples made right now by the Devils, all courtesy, I think, of one Carter Smiley. That's been a big difference so far in the game, and then also the rebounding, a 4 margin right there for them. And like you were talking about half those came on the offensive end.
Yeah, they're absolutely controlling the glass offensively, and it's showing in the score. I mean, you've got a 6-point lead, 4-ish differential rebound. Your 6-point lead, though, right now is the 3 balls that you haven't knocked down that they have. I mean, they've got 3, you've got 1. That's your 6 points right there.
Take a look at some of the individual halftime numbers, and we talked about Carter Smiley. I mean, he comes into tonight, he averages about 13 per night, 11 already in the first half. So Carter, he's been fantastic, and there is the young man that we were talking about, Mr. McMillan, and a nice check presentation that's being given to Lonnie and his family for his son's health issues. And your heart always bleeds anytime that a young person is going through anything challenging like that. So I think it's one thing that universally we can all agree as humans, it's just awesome to see a community come together and support, and just want to show a lot of love to Lonnie McMillan, his boy, and the family. As many prayers as you guys have available, please send out to them.
Absolutely. I think most of us being parents, to see a family go through something like that's tough. And to know that the only treatment that the young man has available is in another state. They're trying to raise this money to allow this family to be able to go get this treatment for this young man. And
sure.
To see these two communities come together, and I believe the check they just got presented was over $8,000.
Wow.
To see two communities come together and for the good of the cause, raise money like that is just, it hits a heartstring for sure.
And for Upper Sandusky, playing really well in the first half. Holden Daris, not really up to his standards that we've come to know him for. 12 points is what he's averaging on the season. He hasn't been getting it done so far. He's got just 2 at this point, Josh.
Holden was very aggressive the first possession of the game. Got to the lane, finished strong at the hoop. I don't know that he's attempted a shot since the first possession of the game. Brock Montgomery has 5. I believe that's their leading scorer coming off the bench. Holden and Ethan Kessler. Cayman Isles has 3. He's doing a good job in the post. But Holden is going to have to score in the second half if they're going to keep this game close.
And also their leading scorer heading into tonight, Ethan Kessler. This young man still scoreless so far, averaging 10.8 points on the season. He's one of the top rebounders as well in the Northern 10, and just so far up to this point has basically been a non-factor.
Yeah, he's attempted 1 3. He missed just long. Had an opportunity for a little baby hook in the post, missed that. He's really kind of struggled to find a shot. You can credit that. You can take that away from him saying he's struggling, but I really think you got to credit the Carey defense on those 2 players that we just mentioned doing a great job of making sure, hey, those 2 guys are not going to beat us tonight.
One guy who definitely has been a difference maker, we talked about him already, but Carter Smiley. I mean, what a second half to the season this dude's had. The junior has definitely exploded on the scene. His scoring numbers are way up since the first month of the season, over 2 steals per contest, and I love the field goal percentage. He shoots almost predominantly from long range, and still 55% on the year because he's such a dead-eye knockdown shooter from downtown. The guys have to come out and guard him, and he's able to get to the cup just like you're seeing right here.
Carter Smiley might be one of the best all-around basketball players that I've seen play this year. His ability to get to the paint but knock down the 3 ball. You talk about a stat, especially at the college and the NBA level, something people strive for is to be in that 50, 40, 90 club, as they call it. And he's already there with field goals and 3-point percentage as a junior in high school.
So he's definitely been a difference maker so far for Carey. Can he be here in the second half? It'll be the Blue Devil basketball to open up quarter number 3 as we welcome you back into the mountaintop. I'm Brian, got Josh with me tonight, and our camera guy, Keaton Cooper. And a quick shot here. Comes up just short, long rebound, caroms off the rim to Sam Smith.
Yeah, Putnam got to the block, unable to finish. Important here for Upper Sandusky to get a basket on their opening possession. They need to see something go in the hoop.
Here's Isles from the top of the key, not a place where he's real comfortable. So he'll skip past into the hands of Smith, being harassed on the perimeter right now by Young. Now Kessler again Just willing to give it off. Daris has to kick it out. Fry thought better of a clean look, so it sets up Ethan. And it's going to be off the restraint. And that'll end the possession back over to Carey.
Clean shot there for Ethan Kessler, just, again, unable to knock it down. One of those kids, just like Daris, just like Montgomery, he just needs to see one go through, but he hasn't been able to do that yet tonight.
Smiley off the handoff. Here's Young, the runner. Tough angle that time. But the offensive rebounds continue to collect and one.
Correct that. I think we're going to go the other way. They're going to call that offensive.
You are absolutely right. So take the points off the board, at least the ones that I was awarding to Carey. And you see on the replay, it was nice position that time by Upper Sandusky. And it's not the NBA. There is no restricted area, so 2 feet set with the offensive player heading in your direction and leads the heading the other way.
It's the second time that Upper's drawn that charge this evening, once in the first quarter, once here to start the third. Again, it's very imperative for them down 6 that they have something go in. Daris is going to attack. Great dish to Isles as he finishes under the hoop.
Pretty setup that time by Holden Daris. Top assist artist on this Upper Sandusky club.
Correction, that point went to Kessler.
Now here's Braden Young, tipped away from him. Turnover by the Devils on the leak out Fry. And a reach in called on Carter Smiley. And you see it there on the replay. Carter not arguing his case. So that'll be 2 fouls now on Mr. Smiley. And Isles calling for it down on the block. He'll get it. Kamen with the kick out all alone. Kessler wanted the 3, mishandled it.
Similar to what we've seen Smiley do in that first half. Wanted to shoot it before he caught it and mishandled the pass.
Now Holden Daris with a big jump stop, looking like Daddy Longlegs with those long limbs, and sets up Smith for the stick back. It's a 2-point ball game.
Upper doing a great job on the offensive glass here to start the second half, as both of their possessions, both of their buckets have been on offensive rebounds.
So a 4-0 Ram run to open up this quarter, and that's all over. The 3 is good for Bryce Young.
That look was about as clean as it gets. Defense tried to collapse the middle to stop the drive, kicked it out to the wing. Carey, not a team you want to leave wide open from 3.
Daris getting harassed here by Braden Young, who got a piece of the basketball, but Fry's there to collect it. Now Isles pushed off the block. Nice strength being shown that time by Yeater. But what are they gonna call?
We're gonna find out right now. We're gonna count the basket. No, they did call that offensive. Hooked him as he tried to go around him. I thought he said count the basket, and then it changed to an offensive foul.
So at both ends, each club kind of the beneficiary of some bad news there where they thought they were going to get an and-one opportunity. Not going to be the case, so it's Carey back with the basketball. They're up 5, make it 7, as that's good off the window for Putnam.
Putnam's got a quick 5 here to start the second half.
Daris, nice swift crossover, spin, sets up Isles now.
Isles kind of in a spot he's not comfortable with, being out beyond the arc with the ball.
And so we'll get a timeout taken by head coach Jeff Winslow. It'll just be a 30 taken by the Rams. Looking to collect win number 4 on the season, and for them, trying to continue the domination, Joshua. Look at these numbers right here. 71-21 is the series advantage all time the Upper has over Carey. Of course, these two communities separated by what, 8 miles or so?
Something along those lines, but it's just been sheer domination by the Rams. Until this year.
Until now, baby. 27-55 was the Devils' win margin at home against Upper Sandusky earlier in the year. Rams, though, over the last 10 have won 7 of the contest. So definitely way on top in terms of the all-time series. But Carey, with this nice stretch of athletes that they've got, looking to try to make that gap a little less wide here.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to continue the winning tradition if you're a Blue Devil fan.
Oh, nice setup inside. Daris using the body. It spins out. Coach Winslow arguing that there should have been a foul there. And all we have here on the replay is who touched it last. They're going to say it was Carey. So it'll be Upper Sandusky basketball. And they're going to feed it inside. Isles puts up a quick shot, and he's off target. Yeater skies for the board. Now Smiley down the lane off the kick out. Putnam's been hot. Not this time. Last touch, though, by the Rams.
And I tell you what, Upper's not doing a terrible job boxing out. Ethan Kessler did a great job boxing out there. But when you get that bounce and it goes over your head, it's your right place, right time for the offensive guy.
Young cannot lose Daris. So he brings it back out. Now Braden looks to go to work, draws a double team, sets up Putnam, same spot, different result, bottoms up as he cooks the cactus.
It's a quick expanded to a 10-point lead here for the Blue Devils. Coach Winslow is going to call a full timeout, try to get his kids in the right mindset.
And this is why Young drawn a big crowd. They set it up. Putnam drifting into the corner. Nothing but sauce right there on the drumstick. Delicious shooting right now in this quarter for Alexander Putnam. He has really come alive. Second player in a double figures for them as he's now got 10, Josh.
They are one of those teams where, you know, in this area especially, you've got A.J. Hess at Mohawk. You've got Kessler here at Upper. You've got Braxton Baker at Crawford. A lot of these N10 schools, they can all score, but they've got that one kid that you have to watch out for every single night. The Blue Devils they're not that team. You've got Smiley that can score. You've got Putnam that can score. You've got Braden Young that can score. Niederkorf, if he gets down low and does the work that he does on the offensive glass, he can give you 10 any given night. They've got 5 or 6 guys that can step on the floor and give you 10 points.
That's why they're so tough to match up with, because you just never know on any given night. It can be somebody else's day, and right now this quarter has belonged to Putnam after Smiley had 11 in the first 2 frames. So off the restart, we'll see what Upper Sandusky draws out of the timeout. Certainly wanted to get Montgomery out wide in some space on the wing. Instead, they'll sift it inside. Daris missed it, but a nice follow for 2.
Well, Daris goes up, gets his own rebound, finishes at the rim. Maybe that'll help get him going, seeing another one go through, because that was a second layup and as many tries that he missed.
Pushes his point total on the night up to 6. Now swing it here back near side. Young. Oh, Putnam all alone straight away. And the Rams dodge a bullet that time. It's as good a look as the 6'3 junior can possibly ask for.
The only thing you might say is maybe take a dribble and get maybe a step closer, but still.
Now Kessler off the roll to the hoop is found, and he's got 4 points now. All coming in this frame as we got $1:45 remaining before we head to money time. And Upper trying to make things interesting. Smiley got other ideas as he cans the triple.
I'll tell you right now, it was about 4 feet from behind the line. He had a hand in his face, and it was still nothing but nylon.
Oh, great feed inside. Isles blew it, though, at point-blank range. And it's going to be last touched by the Rams. Second look, man, excellent feed inside, but amongst the trees, it's tough to score. A lot of hands and bodies flying around him, and just made it tough for the sophomore.
And I'll tell you what, the way this other N10 game's going tonight, that game Tuesday night's going to have a lot of meaning. Midway through the third quarter, Mohawks got a 15-point lead at home.
So Mohawk taking care of business right now. So are the Blue Devils. They want a timeout, though. And I'll double check it. I feel like that game is actually next Friday night. As we'll hop on the most trusted source in the area. We're going to Davy1.com.
There we go.
No one knows more about basketball and the schedules than Spangler and Dave. That game is next Friday. It'll be the regular season finale for both Mohawk and Carey. And you look at the streak the Mohawks been on right now. I believe tonight would be 10 consecutive victories, and their next game would not be until that Carey game. And you know how well Carey's been playing here of late. Also riding a streak in tonight, looking for 6 straight W's.
Both teams hot at the right time of the year. They're going to go into the regular season finale to fight for an N10 championship, and then they're going to both make a playoff run. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about the tournament when we get into the fourth quarter. Mohawk, a top seed in Division 4, Carey in Division 3. Kind of a crucial possession right here for the Devils. If they can score anything that's double digits heading into the fourth quarter would be a big, tall task for the Rams to have to overcome. Smiley, he's so good at dribbling into tight windows. That 3-ball back iron taken by Kessler. Here's Daris with the kick out. Montgomery pulling it out per the instructions of his coach. Now Brock hands it off for Howman, who's going to wait. Checks the clock, now down, showing 8 seconds before he goes to work. From the elbow down to 2 seconds. Daris turns, sets it up. Good if it goes. And we are headed to fourth quarter action. Carey looking to cement their place in history. A win tonight gives them a piece of the N10. We'll show you if they can do it after this quick commercial timeout.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-747.
Fourth quarter action set to begin. So you know what time it is, Josh?
It's money time.
It's money time, baby. We'll see who's going to cash in some big checks here tonight. Carey would love for it to be them. A championship check here tonight if they can clinch at least a share of the Northern 10 championship. Wouldn't be outright because Mohawk taking care of business right now. But Upper Sandusky with the basketball to start, and they're going to get fouled. Just going to be the third team foul, though, against Carey. Upper's just got one in the second half, so nobody really in danger of individual foul trouble or the bonus at this juncture of the game.
Officials have done a phenomenal job tonight of just calling the stuff that needs to be called. They've really let the game be decided on the court.
Yeah, it's been an excellent crew so far from start to finish, and just 7 minutes, 35 seconds away here for the Blue Devils about getting their piece of history. Upper Sandusky has won, 4 or 5 Northern 10 championships. Carey just looking for their first here tonight with a victory.
Just a few years ago, Upper won back-to-back, right in there with the Mohawks, the Crawfords, of just dominating this conference. It's time for that torch to be handed over, it seems.
Rams, though, coming out aggressive, looking to jump things. Now they'll sit back, half court, man-to-man. Imagine they're going to be trapping, though, all over the floor as the short J, too strong that time from Young, who's been really quiet. No points for Braden, the second leading scorer on the roster. Haven't needed him because they're holding the Rams to just 20 points. This is the final quarter, folks.
Done a great job defensively, Carey has, but the job that we've seen Holden Daris do on Braden Young, I mean, that could kind of be why he's maybe struggling offensively a little bit. You know, you're trying to shut down a kid that can shoot the three ball, he can get to the rim. Could drain you a little bit, but if you're Upper, you got to see somebody step up and get some buckets right here.
Daris has been the guy at times this season that's just stepped up and taken matters into his own hands. Nearly threw it away here as the ball's loose on the floor, and it is going to be a giveaway. Here's Young, straight to the rack, and one opportunity for Young.
How's that for your first basket of the night for Braden Young?
Nice hang time there, gliding into the defender. And he's at the free throw line now with an opportunity to push it out to a 12-point lead as we'll get a timeout taken by Coach Winslow. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout. Take one more look at that finish. Young with some nice hang time. Excellent athlete and a solid leader as a junior of this team. I really feel like he's blossomed at the point guard position this year and done an excellent job of not really caring necessarily about the statistics, though at times he's stepped up. The first Colonel Crawford game, I remember he had 17 points. A lot of those coming in the fourth quarter to knock them off at Mac Morrison to end their gaudy long win streak. And at other times, like tonight, just 2 points, but this team comfortably on top, just trying to secure that victory.
Well, he's one of those guys where he can go for 17 or he can dish out 8, 9, 10 assists. Gets to the elbow, gets to the block. He's not looking to score. He's going to kick it to one of the corners to a Carter Smiley or an Alexander Putnam to knock down a three ball. Because, I mean, in today's basketball world, three's always better than two.
Well, I think just in any world, Josh, standard math would.
You know, it wasn't like that 10 years ago. You know, coaches were pushing, hey, get the layup, get the layup. Now it's, hey, I don't care if you got a layup or not. If somebody's open for three, let's kick it to a corner.
Traveling violation against the sophomore Isles. So Carey gets possession right back as they switch things up and throw some full court pressure on Upper Sandusky, and it pays off.
Got the ball to the middle of the floor, which is what you want to do in a press. But having a sophomore in Cayman Isles who you can kind of tell he's not super comfortable yet with the ball in his hands makes that a scary situation.
Did a nice job standing his ground, though, defensively, but it sets up Smiley. GPS off coordinates from long range, and a loose ball foul goes against Putnam.
Both guys battling for the ball. Putnam kind of locked arms with him and pulled him back a little bit there so he couldn't go up and get the rebound. And that's why he's going to get called for the foul there.
Daris clears things out, now picked up by Young. Rams really got to get to work offensively here. Plenty of time, over 6 minutes remaining. As Smiley poked that away, he comes up with more than 2 steals per contest, and I mean, you almost got to give him one there. He forces the traveling violation. Check this out a second time.
Yeah, the hustle to get the ball poked free from Fry, and then the hustle again to beat Kessler, give his body up. Kessler trips over him, which is what causes the travel.
And I think you got to be displeased if you're Coach Winslow with that contact, not drawing a foul as it ends up causing the traveling violation. Nevertheless, here we are, and Carey back with the basketball off the skip pass. Carter dials one up, And this time, he is connected.
He's got 17, and that's his 6th three of the night, I want to say, and 5 of the 6 have been highly contested.
So Smiley doing some work from downtown tonight, as he's done all season long. The best three-point shooter in the Northern 10, adding to his point totals here tonight. Do the Rams have a push left in them? Smith with the kick out wide. Open look, Kessler. Can't find his way. Daris, though, collecting an offensive board. And I'll move it back side to side. Opposite wing this time, Kessler. Nearly tossed it away, but Brock Montgomery tracks it down.
Upper just can't get a shot to go through the hoop right now.
Rams got to be shooting probably right around 30% so far on the night. And they're going to turn it over. Here's Smiley with the theft. And poked away backside. They'll retain possession. But Carter, he's so deadly at just creating havoc. Once he gets the turnovers, usually he's able to cash those in at the other end. Credit the Rams for the nice hustle.
So quick with the basketball. When it gets in his hands, he's gone.
Also entering for the Rams is Cayman Isles. He will replace Kevin Fry.
After Isles checks back in here for the Rams. Here comes Carey on the out-of-bounds play. Got everybody playing out wide on the perimeter right now. The clock, of course, their best friend. And Coach Jamie Young wants to talk things over, bring his coop over with a full timeout. And we'll give you a quick update. What's going on in that Mohawk game, Josh?
Money time at Mohawk. Mohawk with an 18-point lead. Whew, 43 to get this. They've held the Eagles, who are, we've come to know as a potent offense in the area,
Sure.
to 25 points through 3 quarters.
Wow. Just wow.
As they split a pair at the free throw stripe to make it a 19-point lead.
And I was looking to see if we've got some comments coming in. Not sure why my Facebook isn't showing them. I see we've got 7 out there, but I can't seem to get them dialed up here on the group chat. Oh, here we go. See Anna cheering on Upper. Chad says, yeah, Jamie Young. Maybe he liked the timeout call or something.
I mean, the year the Blue Devils are having, it's kind of hard not to cheer for Coach Young.
Yeah, he's a super likable guy, and 2 kids on the team. Got them becoming great leaders on the floor. Bryce, of course, a senior and a veteran, and this guy right here, what a point guard Braden has become. True definition of the words.
I mean, leadership for this Carey team is phenomenal. From the head coach all the way down through the last player on the team.
And there was a lot of turnover from last year to this. You remember a lot of the big-time playmakers for this squad graduated last year. But they've had other guys step up, like Putnam, who adds to his point total.
Well, and I mean, you look up and down their roster, the only kid on the team that gets significant, Sam Smith knocks down a 3 for Upper. The only kid on the team that's a senior that gets significant minutes is Bryce Young. Everybody else is juniors.
Smiley can't match it here at the other end. Oh, great look ahead. Oh, but an even better theft going in. Showtime! Missing the two-handed dunk is Niedercore, but the follow is good by Young.
Braden just padding his offensive rebound stats there.
Let's see if I can get this replay for you guys. Might have went way too far back. So we'll just come back to the field of play. Upper Sandusky with the rock. Now it's danger time. 16-point deficit as Carey really looking to put their stamp on tonight and their piece of the N10 championship pie. Waited a long time for this one.
Well earned.
And they've had such little success against Upper Sandusky. I researched today, since the league started 8 years ago, just 5 wins over the Rams. Upper's got 14. And this will be their first season sweep so far of their rivals. So congratulations to Carey for waiting it out. And now they've got a team and something building here, I think, for the future, because as you mentioned, just the one senior in the lineup that's a key contributor. Slick move, though, by Isles.
Both of these teams extremely youthful with their key contributors.
Sure.
So this is going to be a battle I think that we're going to see get even more intense in years to come as these young kids start to grow.
But the threes continue to fall out of the sky. Honey dipping right there from the opposite quarter.
Their 5th of the half.
Rams, though, with a quick answer and a TO taken by Jeff Winslow. His unit's starting to run out of time, and this could be the lowest scoring game of the year for Upper, minus the first meeting against Carey, where they scored exactly 27 points.
And for Upper, if you're Coach Winslow, I know that it's a 15-point ball game. I understand that, but the positives to take from tonight is you have not played a bad basketball game. You've given up 10-plus offensive rebounds, a lot of second chance points, but everything else you've really done what you wanted to do. They've hit Carter Smiley's hit contested 3 after contested 3. I mean, you can't do anything about that. Upper just has not been able to get a crucial shot to fall when they needed to.
And that's been their storyline, basically, that's been written a lot of times this season. And you look at the Rams and their 16 losses on the year, I think only 5 times has it been by single digits. So this is a team, when it's come down to crunch time, they have not really been getting a whole lot of paychecks in money time, Josh.
And it's one of those things where, they had a big win last week against Bucyrus at Bucyrus to sweep that. Because we're going to have a turnover, it looks like, on Carey. They sweep the season series there, and then they turn around, they come home and lose in 3 overtimes to Buckeye Central.
Right.
So it's like there hasn't been much consistency for them this year.
And those are the only 2 teams that they've defeated this season, as Montgomery able to send one in from long range. Take another look there at Brock Montgomery coming off the screen. Nice play design that time for the Rams. They had a couple of different options out of it.
Montgomery, the leading scorer tonight, really been their bright spot on the offensive end with 9.
Rams gamble a little bit, looking to create some turnovers. Now Carey settling down in the half-court offense. But Montgomery almost came up with a turnover. It was a nice trap. It came at the perfect time. And just couldn't squeeze that thing.
It's a great job by Isles and Montgomery to trap in the corner. They realized Nick Putnam didn't have his dribble anymore, and they almost made him pay for it.
So the Blue Devils just 90 seconds away from getting their piece of Northern 10 history. And Smiley just running some clock here. And now we will get a foul.
Only the 3rd of the half on Upper Sandusky. So, I mean, if you're Coach Winslow, you're down 12 points. if you're going to play the foul game, you better start doing it now because you still got to commit 4 more before they're even in the bonus.
Now here's Young with the setup. Yeater probably could have taken the shot from the short corner, but understanding the time is valuable. And so he'll kick it back out, and another foul applied here by Daris. And still one more foul to give if you're the Rams. And a whistle here.
You're going to have a timeout called by Coach Young. Upper Sandusky doing a great job on the inbounds, not letting Carey get it in. But again, you're down 12. Under 90 seconds to go. You got to have a sense of urgency, especially with the ball in your hands. And that's really, that's something that you would think that they would have started this fourth quarter with. You go into the fourth quarter at home, down double digits. And I don't feel like I've seen that sense of urgency out of the Upper offense here in the fourth quarter. They're still taking their time, getting shots, yes, but not quick enough.
And I think you almost have to give more of the credit to Carey and their style of defense, just not allowing very many creases or open looks. Just about every shot so far has been contested. So for Upper Sandusky, trying to push the envelope a little bit offensively can mean taking tough shots, and they just don't really have the horses this season that you would say, hey, go ahead, you can take a couple of bad shots because I know that the odds are that you're going to make more than you'll miss. And unfortunately, that's just the position that they're in this year.
They don't have the, the West Vent that we've seen in the past. You go back to early 2000s, mid-2000s, the John Dieblers, the Jake Dieblers. They don't have those guys that they can say, hey, go get yours, get us back in this game. We'll do what we have to do defensively. You do it offensively. And I think that's the biggest difference that I see with this Upper Sandusky team. Normally you have a team, they've got that horse on offense if you're Upper, because we're going to have another foul. You've got that horse on the offensive end, and then you've got 4 other guys that can just step up. They can play that immaculate defense and let your guy go do what he does on offense. Holden Daris has been that guy this year for them offensively, but that's also their best defender. So he gets a lot drug out of him in games because he's guarding the best player.
And here's Daris on the block out. He's going to get called for the foul. You see he's got the hook, and it's sunk in there on Alexander Putnam. So Carey's going to get possession right back. Just 61 seconds away from clinching the N10 title. And actually, they're going to put Putnam at the line for a 1-and-1.
Looking to add his 12 points he's got on the evening.
Can't do so as Isles secures the board and pushing ahead to Fry. And straight to the rack. Lost the handle on his way up, though. And carries out of bounds with Niederkor having a shoelace over the end line. Now Kessler set to check back in here for the Rams. And some extra offense into the mix. And they'll lob it to him immediately. Ethan now off the kick out. Daris drives baseline. Tried to set up Kessler. Fry off the head fake, can't squeeze it inside. But it's knocked out of bounds, and Upper's going to maintain possession. Oh, pretty play off the out of bounds. Back down to a 10-point game, and just not going to be enough time, I don't think, here for the Rams.
33 seconds, 10 points. I mean, you're going to have to get, like we said, that's a great inbounds play, but before that, too much time off the clock, passing the ball around the perimeter. Gavin Fry had what I would think in this situation is a clean look in the corner. drives and kick and almost turns it over when he does so. I mean, they've got to trust themselves more with their abilities to shoot the basketball if they're going to not only, you know, potentially win their last game, but make any type of run in the tournament.
Last 3 free throws have all been bupkis here for Carey, so the window's still slightly ajar as they leave a big window there, but Heilman can't come through. It's Montgomery's turn, and he's fouled on his way to the hoop. They're going to count it. Continuation, you rarely see that at the high school level. So Brock is going to have a chance here. What's it going to be? 7-point game?
Knocks it down to 7 points. Carey's 0 for their last 3, like you said. It's high school basketball, man. Anything's possible.
Isles almost came up with a huge offensive board there, but he's out of bounds as he tried to sneak it back into the field of play. So Upper making things a lot more interesting than we thought they'd be about a minute ago.
It looks like that's going to be it. Not going to foul anymore. Going to try to force a turnover. Get it across half.
And that will wrap it up. So the Carey Blue Devils, for the first time in program history, your Northern 10 champions, they get at least a share here tonight. 12-1 overall in conference play. That one loss coming to Mohawk, who is all over Colonel Crawford right now, setting up basically a winner-take-all next Friday night at Carey against the Warriors. And, of course, we'll be there live and free. We'll also be back with some final stats, analysis, and an interview with our player of the game. So drop us a comment. Let us know who you think is worthy of being our MVP, and we'll bring them up here to the mountaintop to have a conversation. All that and more on the way right after this quick commercial timeout.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Thanks for watching tonight's broadcast, and we couldn't bring it to you live and free without the help of our generous sponsors, Wilson Tire Company. At Wilson Tire, we sell new and used tires and provide tire service to customers in Upper Sandusky and beyond. No matter which location you visit, we'll prove that Wilson Tire Company is the best when it comes to tire services and alignment. Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. BS Media Productions and yours truly, Brian Skowronski. Love making commercials for North Central Ohio. If you need one made for your company, give me a call at 970-629-0006. Frito Lay. We are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. And finally, by Chris Daris, a financial advisor at Edward Jones right here in Upper Sandusky. If you need advice on what to do with your money, building up college funds for a kid of yours or retirement, Chris is definitely the guy. Check him out, hit him up. The information is in the bio. We're going to take one more quick commercial timeout, and we will be right back with our Quest Federal Credit Union Player of the Game. Carter Smiley is on his way up. We'll talk to him and then break down the final stats of the night in just a moment.
Better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
We are back now with our Quest Federal Credit Union Player of the Game, junior standout sharpshooter Carter Smiley, joining me now at the top of the mountaintop. And you guys are at the top of the league now, and you clinch at least a share of the N10, first time in program history. So give me some insight about what this means to you personally and also the team and all them guys in the locker room.
Yeah, I'm happy that I can be a proud of it. And, I mean, we try to just take it one game at a time and not try to get ahead of ourselves.
Well, you've been taking care of business, and we were just talking off camera here. Since you guys knocked off Colonel Crawford at your place, or actually at their place, to end that long winning streak, it seems like the confidence level has really risen. So from the start of the season to where you are now, how much of a difference do you see in this team and just kind of the bravado that you bring to the court?
Yeah, at the beginning it took us a little while to get things going. We had a rough game versus Riverdale, but then we started to get going, and, we love playing Crawford, and getting that win just really gave us the boost we needed, and now we're looking forward to Mohawk coming up Friday.
Yeah, we can't wait to be in the building for that one over at Carey. Obviously, they can get a piece of the conference pie if they can win, or you guys can have it outright all to yourself. You could be selfish with the victory. So, I mean, how cool is that knowing that it's going to be at your place, final day of the regular season, and so much at stake?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really put that together. I've been looking at, Upper today, and now that you mentioned that, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be fun. I think there's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be loud. Yeah,
it's going to be a heck of an atmosphere, and again, I'm really excited to be in the building for that one. But here tonight at Upper Sandusky, we'll focus back on this game. 5 3-pointers for you. You're the top 3-point marksman in the league so far. Give me some insight about some of the work that you put in the offseason and just how much of a better shooter you are now than you were even last year.
I mean, I'd have to give a big shout-out to my dad. He really helps me out. When I was even in junior high, he'd take me up to the gym, and I'd get shots up, and he was always there pushing me, and I was just always out in the driveway just shooting shots, and it's paying off for me.
Yeah, no question. You guys are in a great position now as we're getting close to the tournament with 17 wins. This is the most that you guys have had in like 20 years or something. It's been a really nice run for Carey. So what about this team do you think makes you special as we're getting close to playoff time?
I think we play really good as a team. Not one person just wants to get the ball and shoot it. I mean, and everybody knows their role. And we don't really get mad at each other, and we just play. We don't have a lot of head cases or anything.
Yeah, no egos on this team. You can tell everyone just has that winning mentality and the attitude. So Coach Jamie Young, you got to give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do instilling that in you guys. Is there any shout-outs that you want to give to anyone else? You mentioned your dad. I just talked about Coach Young. Who else has put Carter Smiley in position to succeed this year?
I'd have to give a big shout-out to all of my teammates. I mean, they all help me. If it's in practice, getting up on me, trying to guard me, I mean, and in the game, Braden's finding me in the corner, driving. He does really good handling the ball. And Alex, I mean, there's just so many people you have to guard, and I feel like it's hard to guard all 5 of us.
Well, congratulations. Another big performance for you. Game high, 17 points, but most importantly, a victory here tonight. Carter Smiley, our Quest Federal Credit Union MVP. All right, thanks for the time, man.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back to wrap things up from Upper Sandusky. Stay with us.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Back here for the post-game show presented by BS Media Productions. A big win for the Carey Blue Devils on the road, 42-34. They knock off Upper Sandusky to claim a piece of the Northern 10 Championship. I'm Brian. I've got Josh with me. And, man, I mean, what a team this Blue Devils squad is. We just talked to Carter about it, and it just seems like everyone embodies the art form of just get the win. It doesn't matter how. They don't care that they only scored 42 points tonight. They're just happy to get out of here with a dub, man.
Oh, and it's another game where they hold their opponents under 40. You know, it's something that's really become their MO the back half of the season is their defense. You really look back at at Carey, you know, they had a really good year last year on the basketball court. It really all attests back to that state championship football team. You know, you have a team that does what their football team did, and that's going to carry over, and your other athletic teams are going to want to replicate that. They're going to want to continue to build that tradition that the football team started.
Sure.
And Coach Young and these juniors, this junior-led team, is starting to build that tradition on a basketball court. It's going to be fun to watch it grow and see where it goes from here.
And a lot of these players, of course, compete on the football gridiron as well, so there is that marriage hand in hand between the two sports and just breeding confidence and success. Here's the final stats of the night, and 16 made field goals for the Blue Devils, only 2 more than Upper, but 8 of those coming from beyond the arc. We thought it would be a big factor, Josh. It definitely was.
Yeah, Carter Smiley knocks down 5 of the 8. I think Alexander Putnam had the other 3. So they had 2 guys knock down triples. But they were in big moments. You know, Carter had 3 in the first half. He had 5 in the second half. Putnam had all 3 of his in the second. Or he had 1 of his in the second half, I believe. I'm not quite sure. But it's one of those things where it was a close game. They'd kick it out to a Carter or they'd kick it out to Alex, and they just knocked the shot down. It didn't matter the moment. They were ready to step up into that moment to make sure their team took that share, and now next Friday get to play for an outright title.
The only cause for concern, I would say, for the Devils in this game, 2 for 6 on their foul shooting, and all the front ends of their 1-and-1s were missed. So had it been a little bit tighter game, we could have seen Upper Sandusky potentially make a push down the stretch. Coming up next, though, for Carey, they're going to be at home against Upper Scioto Valley tomorrow. And then, man, things do not get any easier for the Rams. They've got a Shelby Whippet team that's one of the very best in Division II coming over to their place, and you're going to be here for it.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I'm excited for it. Upper Sandusky did great defensively tonight. But it's another one of those teams where, yeah, they've got a lot of kids that can score, but they've got a young man on that team named Alex Brushcotter. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a player that Upper Sandusky hasn't seen anybody like him yet this year.
I haven't seen anybody quite like Alex this season, a 6'7" point forward who shoots the 3 as good as any, and I rank him as the second best dunker in the area behind his own teammate, Casey Lance. So it's a high-flying team that the Rams better be ready for. And for Carey, after the Upper Scioto Valley game, it is going to be Mohawk going over to their place, or excuse me, they get to host the Warriors next Friday. Man, what a game that's going to be. And for Mohawk, they get the next 7 days to prepare for that. You expect they're going to be very ready.
Mohawk gets a week off to prepare for that. And if you're Upper, it's one of those things, you know, you've got Shelby tomorrow, and the next Friday, your last game here in this gym for these seniors is Colonel Crawford, who I haven't looked at their schedule. I'm not sure that I think they play Ontario tomorrow night. So they get absolutely smacked in the face by Mohawk tonight, an Ontario team that's starting to make a run at the end of the season tomorrow night. Upper Sandusky's got probably their 3 hardest games of the year right here in a row. Maybe they can swing one of those into the win rolling into the tournaments, but it's not going to be easy.
That is going to wrap up our coverage here from Upper Sandusky tonight, as the Rams go down yet again, their 17th loss of the season, and 17 wins now for the Carey Blue Devils. Got to thank all of our generous sponsors for coming together and making tonight's action live and free to you folks, including Chris Daris, Wilson Tire, Quest Federal Credit Union, Frito Lay, and Spherion Mid-Ohio, along with BS Media Productions. Want to thank all the fabulous people back at the OH Report, including Adam Thompson, making all of the awesome graphics that we have here on display for you guys. Great camera work tonight, courtesy of one Keaton Cooper, the most famous OH reporter that we have. For Joshua Banks, I'm Brian Skowronski saying so long and good night from the mountaintop.